I'm not accountable at all.
Well, I kind of think you might be a tiny bit accountable. You take the garbage out. You
No,
do.
I don't like people either. So this is just not a good podcast.
Oh,
I'm not accountable. I don't like
okay.
people. I don't like groups.
You're going to have
Why
to
are we
lean on
doing
me on
a
this. You're going to
podcast?
have to lean on me for this one. You do. You're going to have to lean on me. I'm BJ Flag.
And I'm Rich G. And this is episode 188. Grow your business with an accountability team.
Yes. Businesses are so much more fun with lots and lots of people.
Absolutely. BJ and I have both been parts of many, many networking and accountability teams, and we've always found them powerful.
Oh, and sometimes you need to bounce ideas off people, get strategies, hear strategies, make decisions off people who you really trust.
And that's the big word is trust. You need to find people that you can trust because accountability teams are great because you can build them yourself. It's not that hard. And the best part, where there's so many groups out there that charge hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to become a member, you could do these. These are free. You just find a place to meet and you meet on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly basis, whatever you feel is best for you and your business.
Exactly. So don't overthink this,
Yeah.
but realize this could be the strongest thing you've done this next year to get your business to the next level.
Because we all need accountability, I think.
Oh, for sure.
We all have things that were strong and we all have things that are weak. And that leads to tip number one, which is what are your business's weak points? Where are you weak? Okay. Where do you have problems in your business? Is it financial issues that you're not that strong with, or marketing?
Yeah.
You run a great business, but you don't know how to market, or you're afraid to market, or operations. Is the structure or throughput of your business a weak spot?
And you really need to diagnose your business and your business's weak points, and then make a commitment that you're going to address them. This
That's,
is the big thing.
yeah, a lot of people, I get the feeling that a lot of people tend to hide their weak points. And an accountability team can really help you buttress, your faults. We're not all supermen and superwomen. We do have our faults. So you need to go out and find people like other business owners you can
Mm-hmm.
trust and here's a big one, are hungry to grow their business also and complement your weak points.
Right. A good example would be, if you're not really good at finance, it's just a weak spot for you, bring in a bookkeeper, an accountant, a tax preparer, somebody who will fill that little hole in the dike so that you then can concentrate on so many of the other things that are more important. So
I for years I didn't use QuickBooks because every time I tried to use it, it was like too complex. It was like too big for
yeah.
my practice. And then I'm an accountability team and the financial person. Have you ever thought of using QuickBooks Sole Proprietor? It's like a dumbed down version, and that's what I need is a dumbed down version of QuickBooks. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah. And what's hilarious is that by using that, you have gained actually more knowledge
Yeah.
because you didn't have that barrier to entry, which is so excellent. But you wouldn't have known that unless you hadn't met, this other accountability, person suggesting. So
So
it's so good.
what's tip two, BJ?
Find the right people to complement and fortify your strengths. So, we talked about our weaknesses, but to tell you the truth, you want to find pretty different people to put on this team. You're going to be surprised at who I think should be on your team.
Mhm.
Yes, you're going to have the logical people to lean on. But think of those outliers. Rich, I know that you've always been trying to, always thinking of different people that could be on that team.
Yes.
It could be a trusted friend, somebody who has like business goals, a business psychologist.
Oh,
We had
yeah.
we had a sociologist on our team at one point, and oh my goodness, that was so amazing to hear a person who thought very far ahead about all the connections. Very good. And of course, vendors, right?
Yeah.
Vendors who want to collaborate and power up. Man,
You could
those
see
those are the
alignment.
best.
And
Yeah,
like to your point, business might come of it because of this group, but reach out to business friends and explain who you are looking for.
yeah,
Bringing fresh blood is the best move to your group. You don't need to be constantly patted on the back, and that's not what this is for. You
yeah.
don't want to be challenged. You need to brainstorm new ideas, work scenarios, and hear what others have done that has worked because it's you could steal ideas going, "Ooh, I'm going to try that."
Yeah. And it's kind of a no judgment zone too. You have to feel the trust to be able to say whatever you want to say. Like, oh my God, this week sucked. And now I want to, I need to change these things around. This group needs to be able to have ears to hear and be able to give you some great suggestions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good group. I can't stress enough, be picky. Be picky, don't compromise here. If it takes you an extra month to get the group together, so be it. Don't get yourself all stressed out about that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that you're going to be asking someone to commit for 6 months to a year of focus. Making sure that that team is right is essential.
Yeah, that's so important. You need to get the right people because BJ and I have been in accountability groups where some people were not the right people.
Not the right.
Yeah,
No.
and it actually dissolved the group because
Yeah.
the right person was not the right person. So uh,
Yeah.
go figure. So tip three is meet monthly and build a solid meeting structure. Okay. You could again, you could meet weekly, you could meet bi-weekly, quarterly, monthly, whatever you'd like, but develop a solid meeting calendar and structure. Total honesty and openness is paramount. That's so important. You have to trust one another in these groups. And confidentiality is also paramount.
Oh,
Nobody talks about other things because you want people to say, I had a crappy May. It was terrible. Business
yep.
was awful. I don't know what to do. And people will help you. They will talk to you and help you come up with ideas. But you need that confidentiality and trust.
Oh, for sure. Make sure that this is kind of goes without saying, but to tell you the truth, this is the most important thing. Make sure that the members show up on time, are present mentally,
Yes.
and then prepare for every meeting. Oh my goodness.
Oh, how many meetings have we gone to where like half the group is just like
Where were we?
everything but that meeting?
Exactly. Looking at their phone, taking a call in the middle of the meeting.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what's amazing is what you're really saying is I don't care about you. I don't really care and I don't care about my business because I don't care about you. And so you need to be present mentally. You need to show up on time. That's a big one for me. It's us.
Oh
If
yeah.
and I understand, oh, I hit traffic. If it happens once, no big deal. But we all know those people that are habitually late. It's terrible. So
Yeah. Now, Rich, you have some really cool meaning structures that you kind of create. Can
sure.
you talk about those a little bit?
Sure. There are all different ways. Like round robin is just going around the room, just
Yeah.
going around the room. Each person has a certain amount of time to talk, present a problem, or talk about their business. And then there's a certain amount of time for the group to interact. So you just go around the room, round
Yeah.
robin. The
Gotcha.
second one is, and you could mix it up. You don't have to do the same thing all the time. The
Right.
second one is hot seat, where maybe you go around the room, but then for a large part of the meeting time, you focus in on one person, they're in the hot seat, and maybe you talk about like they have a problem to attack, or they talk about what are my strengths and what are my weak points, and everybody wails on them. They're in the hot seat. But it's
Right.
really, you think it's awful, but it actually is educational, and you walk out going, I did not know that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
total epiphany. Absolutely.
Spotlight is spotlighting on someone. It's not so much a hot seat, but people spotlighting their business. And so I learned more about your business and stuff like that. There's so many
Right.
different ways you could do it.
And when you think about it, there's really two different types of accountability groups you can have. One that's set up more like a mastermind where everybody benefits, everyone's business benefits from the group, and so they're all supporting. Or it could be all about your business,
Yeah.
and then you are basically paying those people to be in the room,
Yeah.
and you're doing it. So you'll see some flexibility there that you need to have in the group.
Yeah, I mean, make sure you have a rotating facilitator.
Yeah.
So everybody gets to facilitate, and a timer, a person that keeps their eye on time, note taker, and everybody keeps tabs on each other's deliverables. That's the biggest thing. It's like if you say, I'm going to get this done by next month, and then you forget about it, the accountability team kind of falls apart. So,
Exactly. And keep the meeting fresh and moving. If it gets stale, nobody's going to attend. So it's
yeah,
got to be exciting. It has you have to definitely have, pep talk before you. Hey guys, don't forget we're meeting tomorrow. I've got, I'm excited. I got some excellent news to tell you. Motivate your group. They're going to show up on time and ready with good ideas. So
that's why I get kicked out of groups all the time.
exactly, all the time, all the time. When is it time to shake up the group? I've had a lot. Rich and I were in a mastermind that went on for quite a while. That really always needed a little shaking up.
Yes.
You need balance.
Yeah.
You can't have people who are not pulling their weight. If you have they can't make a meeting, they come unprepared, just like we were talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
They don't care about your business or their business for that matter.
Yeah.
You got to jettison.
Yeah.
You want committed people.
Yeah, you've got like one group I know of. The one person had a huge ego, and never
Yeah.
always talked about their business in positive aspects. And we're like, you need to open up. You need to have open kimono and tell us what's going on so we can help you. It's not all everything's just sunshine and roses. It's you gotta open up, and she never opened up. That was
No, no, that was a problem. But as you go on and your business morphs and grows, you're going to need different types of people. So it's nothing to be said badly about those incredible people who've helped you for the last year or two. It's just that your business changes. So, an agenda item always should be what's missing
yeah.
in our group. What do we have too much of? And then get ready to shake it up.
And
Don't feel
that's the
bad about it.
important thing. It's like you want to find the optimal size for your group. It could be 5 people, it could be 10 people, whatever. But once you get bigger and bigger, that becomes unwieldy, and then the group becomes, then you might as well have a networking group. That's
Yeah.
that's not what we're talking about here. So
And if it did get bigger, morph to separate.
yes,
And then everybody agrees, they're all psyched, and they're ready for the next couple of sessions. You can't beat that. You
yeah.
really can't.
Remember, you're in charge of this group, and it's got to be right for your business's mission. You can have
Right.
set times that you shake it up, and the participants know the time limit of their commitment. So,
Right. Yeah. It's so important. And I think that the benefit you get out of doing this is so amazing. I mean, it
yeah,
has grown my business to a place that I never thought we would get to.
cool.
So
Well,
good.
our resource this week is a great book. It's called Mastermind Group Blueprint. It's by Toby Brockner. And it's just a phenomenal book. It starts out, what did Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, and other giants in the business world have in common? They all use the power of mastermind groups to grow their businesses.
Exactly. It shows you the step-by-step way to start, run, and profit from your own mastermind group, which is it's such a great book.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It allows you to dedicate time to work on your business, and it allows you to earn extra income while networking. And it just shows you how to do it. It's just a great book. So
yeah, it's definitely one of our nugget books.
Sponsoring our podcast today is New Renew Brand Marketing. As a full-service brand marketing company, BJ's firm will act as your marketing partner to get your startup off the ground or your division to soar. Branding, messaging, websites, and support materials, BJ's team does it all. So go to newrenew.com, which is NURENU. Go check them out.
And are your managers preparing to manage their team post-COVID? You definitely need to speak to our other sponsor, Rich G. Rich has presented to thousands of managers and helped them prepare for the myriad of leadership challenges in today's business world. And I'm actually speaking from experience. Schedule a free 15-minute conversation at richg.com and experience live coaching with Rich. I promise that he will deliver one or two great ideas to make your business great in 2021. Thank you to our producer and editor, Richard Scalzo, the man who makes everything happen. And he helps us bring the best small business podcast every Tuesday. Have an unbelievable week.
Catch you later.